dressed as a decade for, you know, what they say for your class. Paul was dressed up like a straight greaser from the outside, or grease. He had his slick, skinny jeans flipped up and more pomade in his hair than Eddie Murphy. It was quite the sight, and one of our friends asked us to go to the JV football game that night, and we met up with her, and he met Cathy that day, and looking like a straight goon. But it was, you know, you told me on the ride home, you said, what do you think about her? I was like, oh, she seems cool. And then a couple weeks later, they started dating, and years later, we're here today, and there'll be many more years. And short and simple, but I couldn't be happier for you. Cheers, raise your glasses. To Paul and Cathy and their long life together. Sadie.
All right, good evening. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Sadie. I am
mic up.
The bride's best friend. Is that better? I'm going to try not to read, but I'm really nervous. So over the past 7 years, I have had the pleasure of watching Cathy. I've had the pleasure of watching Cathy grow and blossom into just the beautiful and confident, kind-hearted woman that we all really love. And not only that, but I've had the pleasure of watching their relationship grow as well. Although I wasn't there when you guys met, I do feel like I've known them my whole entire life. And we met back in Target days, and I just remember I knew no one. I was living in Charlotte, coming from California. As host. And I asked the tall, skinny girl next to me wearing pink Converse, I said, hey, do you know how to do such and such at the register? And she kind of looked at me and was like, yeah, you just da-da-da-da, and then she turned her face. And I was like, okay. And who knew that, 7 years later, I would be her maid of honor, and she would be my best friend, or more like a sister to me. There are a lot of reasons why I love Cathy, and her willingness to be there for her friends and family is just one of the many reasons why I love her. She will drop anything for anybody and be there if you need her. She'll show up with Mike and Ike's and Bean Dip from Harry's Tutor, your favorite TV show, and cry with you if you need her to. And, yeah, One Tree Hill. But honestly, I knew that Cathy was in love when she started to take an interest in baseball. And I mean a serious interest in baseball. She started buying Angels jerseys. And she started buying Angels shirts, and then eventually she was attending Angels games. And that's when I thought, okay, she really loves this guy. And that's not the only reason why Cathy loves Paul. Paul is an amazing guy, and I've seen him grow over the past 7 years. Paul makes her feel beautiful and happy and secure. He never hesitates to tell the world how much he loves his boo-boo. I'll never forget the night that he sent me 11 text messages. And if you know Paul, he doesn't just send one text message, he sends several in a row. He was telling me how much he loved her, and he was ready to buy a ring. Wow. And as much as I wanted to tell Cathy, I kept it a secret, even though she tried to sneak it out of me a few times. And that day is just one of the many, many reasons why I just, their love is real. You know that they love each other, you know that their love is true, and the devotion that you both have for each other, it makes people who aren't quite there yet believe that love is really real.
That's cool.
So, I love you both.